Hello everyone, it's Professor Regina Lee. In today's complex workplace environment, everyone is focused on emotional and behavioral intelligence. And because of this focus, it is important for us to define the differences between leadership concepts and traits. Before we get into the theories of leadership, let's first look at the definitions of the words theory and trait. By definition, theory is a supposition or a system of ideas intended to explain something, especially when based on general principles. Other words that are used interchangeably are hypothesis, thesis, preposition, premise, surmise, and assumption. In essence, they are a set of principles on which the practice of an activity is based. Therefore, leadership theories study the course of action based on an idea or a situation. The word trait is a distinguishing quality or characteristic, typically one belonging to a person. Words that are also used to describe traits are characteristic, attribute, feature, quality, or property. More so, it's a genetically determined characteristic, or in other words, something people would say we are born with. In today's lesson, you have two learning objectives. The first is to learn, understand, and apply the characteristics of three leadership theories known as trait theories, behavioral theories, and contingency theories. And the second objective is to learn, understand, and apply three management styles of autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. While we continue to paint our success towards leadership and management, it is important to note that the words leader and management are often used interchangeably, but they mean two completely different things. For instance, a manager tells their employees what to do, while a leader encourages them. A manager accepts the status quo, while a leader changes it. Leadership and management must go hand in hand. They are not the same thing, however. They are linked and complementary, but any effort to separate the two is likely going to cause more problems than it solves. A leader focuses on people and who will carry out the vision, while management focuses on systems and structures to get the people to do what it is they want or need them to do. Now that we have looked at the definition of the four words theory, trait, leadership, and management, let's look at three different theories of leadership styles. It is important to understand that leadership and performance is not confined to one method of study. Researchers have identified three different theories based on underlying characteristics that define that theory. You could call these theories categories, but in learning our business concepts, we would correctly use the term theory. The first theory is known as trait theories. These are the consideration of personality, social, physical, or intellectual traits that differentiate leaders from non-leaders. The second is behavioral theories. Theories proposing that specific behaviors differentiate leaders from non-leaders. And the third is contingent theories. These theories state that leadership effectiveness is dependent upon a leader's personality, the situation, the task, and the makeup of the group being led. I'm sure you have heard the questions, are leaders born or made, or can leadership traits truly be taught? We'll explore that in a minute. Now that we have isolated three leadership theories, let's look at the underlying qualities and characteristics of each. In trait theories, we're looking at the traits, qualities, or characteristics of an individual. Do we see that leader as ambitious with high energy? Do they exude self-confidence? Maybe it's their job knowledge that draws us to them. In behavioral theories, we're looking at their actions. What are their word choices? What's the pace at which they work? What are their people skills? Are they systems-oriented? Are they technically oriented? And then in contingent theories, we're looking at the overall situations or the things that govern how things get done. What are the leader's personality traits, the situation, the tasks, and the group makeup, and how do all of those beliefs and mannerisms come into play? When you're looking at contingent theories, you have to isolate the traits and the behaviors that drive contingent factors. As we said earlier, leadership theories and management styles are two different things. Leadership theories focus on people, while management styles focus on systems and structures. The three management styles you will need to know in this lesson are autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. Let's compare these three management styles side by side. In autocratic management, an individual will dictate orders to their staff and make decisions without consultation. Therefore, decisions will come quick. The leader will like to stay in control of their situation, which can sometimes lead to decreased motivation and increased staff turnover. But I'm sure you will agree that sometimes executive decisions need to be made without the input from their employees. So this is not necessarily a bad management style. In democratic management, an individual delegates authority to the staff, giving them responsibility to complete the task. The staff will then complete the task using their own work methods and on their own time. Employees are involved in decision-making, giving them a sense of motivation, and because this increases job satisfaction, it also increases employee engagement. But because many decisions are used in the input of the decision-making process, decisions can often come slow. In laissez-faire management, managers will set the tasks and give staff complete freedom to complete the tasks as they see fit. This works for teams in which the individuals are very experienced and skilled. There is minimal involvement from the manager because they simply coach or supply the information as needed. One benefit is that this type of management style develops a sense of responsibility. But a drawback is that a staff can feel lost and often not reach their goals set within the time frame. When it comes to leadership and management, don't paint yourself in a corner. Just remember that you will probably use a combination of all three leadership theories, trait, behavioral, and contingent, as well as the three management styles of autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. How do you see yourself in your work environment? Go to this week's discussion board and paint the picture of you. What leadership qualities and management styles do you gravitate towards in the workplace? And which leadership qualities and management styles do you impart on your own employees? See you in the discussion board.